Hi guys, my name is Robert Feranek, and in this video we are going to speak about how to create a WordPress plugin which can directly access your hardware. This is what we are going to do. We are going to read temperature from sensor which is directly placed on our board, and then we will show this temperature on our website. You will also learn how to create a setting page where you, for example, can specify how often this temperature should be read automatically. This is how the setting page will look, yeah? And this is how you will use it. So every time you would like to show temperature, you just use this shortcode, and instead of this shortcode, you will see the board temperature. Before we start, how this can be useful? What do you think? Once you know how to read temperature sensor, you will know how to run any command on your board through web interface. So you can, for example, simply create a plugin which when you use, you can control GPIO on your board through web interface, or you can create a plugin which will read the status of your application, again, which is running on your board, and you can show it on the website. So it's very useful and it's very simple to do it. You will see. For this demonstration, I will be using our open source board, which is called OpenRex, but you can use any board which can run Linux, for example Raspberry Pi. You need to have web server and WordPress installed on it. To make it simple for you, I have created a web page on this address where you can find all the steps what we are going to do. I scroll down and we are going to create the essentials of our new plugin. If you have a look on the WordPress website, in the admin page, there is no temperature sensor plugin. That's what we are going to create now. Connect to your board. You can use, for example, PuTTY, put here the IP address of your board and click on Open. Login. And copy and paste here these first three commands. Just select them, Ctrl C, and paste them here. What we did, we created the main plugin directory. This is our plugin directory where all our files will be placed, and it's located inside the WordPress plugin directory. The next what we are going to create is a readme text file. Just copy this, Ctrl C, and paste it here. Inside the readme file, copy this, Ctrl C, and place it here. If you have a look, it's just description of our plugin. You don't have to create the readme text file, but it's a kind of standard when you are creating WordPress plugin. They recommend to do it, so it's good if you do it too. Just rewrite the text based on the plugin. This is mostly used for the official WordPress website, and your plugin probably is never going to be released on the official WordPress website because it's very hardware specific, but it's still very useful to create it because, for example, you can put that information about the installation of the plugin, and if other people are using your plugin, they can read it here how they can install it. So So you don't have to create it, but it's good if you create it. Go back, Control X. Yes, we would like to save it, enter. So we have the first file, this one, and we are going to create the main file of the plugin. It's this one. This is the main file. I copy it again, this command, Control C, paste it here, and put there this. This is the beginning of the file. Control C. As you can see, most of this file is just text. If I have a look here, the text describes your plugin. This text which is here will be used here. So this is the plugin name, this is the plugin description, author, link to the page of the plugin. If you have a look here, plugin name, address of the plugin, description, this is exactly what will be used there. So you may want to update it based on what you are creating. This last line which is here, it is just used to prevent people running this PHP file directly from here, yeah, directly accessing through URL. And this is what is actually going to create our page. So Control C and put it here. I will explain. I always put there a lot of notes so you can read the notes, but basically what we are doing is when the WordPress is creating the admin menu, it will call this function. This is the function what we have created. It's here. And in this special function, we will create a link in the admin menu. And when someone clicks on this link, then this function will be called and it will generate a website. On this website at this moment there will be nothing, just simple text. I'm going to show you. First I will save this, Control X, yes, okay. Go on our WordPress admin page in the plugins and refresh. What do you think what's going to happen when you refresh? You will see there our plugin. See? This is the plugin. This is the plugin name, plugin description, author, the website, and we can activate it. When I click on the activate, what's going to happen? Do you remember? We will see here something, a new link. Watch here. Here it is. When I click here, what's going to happen? There will be simple text. Okay, this text which is here, it is what we put here. And this is the link. Scroll down and we are going to create shortcode. This is the way how we will be using the plugin on a page. You will see. Just copy this, Control C, and open the main file of the plugin. So I just call this and put the code on the end here. This will create this special command FATMP 101, and every time we use this shortcode on a page, it will execute what is inside of this and it will replace the shortcode by the output which we specify here. At this moment, the output will be this. I go here so you can see better. The output will be this. Okay, reading ... Save it. Go to admin page, click on pages, add new page. We go here. Call the page like this. TMP 101 temperature sensor, and put there this text. This is the shortcode what we just created. Can you see it? And later, when we call this page, this shortcode will be replaced by the temperature. At this moment, it will be not the temperature, it will be the text. Do you remember what the text will be? This one, reading. Okay. Publish. And right click, open the page. See? So this is our page, TMP 101 temperature sensor. Here is the text, open Rex temperature is, and this is the shortcode. At this moment, reading ... Scroll down, and we are going to prepare for a reading. We will do a couple of changes and we need to create 2 more files. I'm going to explain. First, what we are going to do, we are going to replace the shortcode. Select this, Ctrl C, go to our main plugin file, find the shortcode, the old one, and delete it. Ctrl K, K. Place there the new one, this one. If you have a look, the new one is almost exactly the same as the old one. We just add 3 more lines, these 3. First line, it will add a button, read temperature now button. When you press this button, it will call function FA access TMP 101. This function will be placed in JavaScript file. We need to create the JavaScript a little bit later. Then we also add 2 hidden input elements, and through these hidden inputs we will transfer some variables into JavaScript. We will transfer the IP address of the board, and we will transfer the units. We will use these units a little bit later, but I included it in the file now. So save it, Ctrl X, yes, enter, and we can refresh the page. What's going to happen? We will see there the new button. See? Do not click, or if you even click on the button now, nothing is going to happen because we still don't have the JavaScript. Before we create the JavaScript, we need to create 1 more file. Scroll down, and we are going to create special file, this TMP 101 PHP file. This is the file where we will execute the Linux command which will read the temperature sensor. This is the file where you will place any Linux commands which you would like to use. For example, I don't know, control GPIOs or something like that. So in our case, we will read the sensor here. Why we have to create this file? Why we cannot execute the command from the JavaScript directly? Because it's not possible. JavaScript is running on the client side and you cannot run Linux commands which are on the server. You have to have a file which is placed directly on the server. This is the file. Yeah. But then the question is why we would like to use the JavaScript. Because it gives us some flexibility. For example, later in the JavaScript, we can add a feature which will automatically read the sensor. That's why we would like to keep the JavaScript there. So create this file. Copy this, Ctrl C, open it, and place there this. Ctrl C. Okay. What is inside this file? Here we will read the parameters from the URL. In our case, it will be units. It's not important at this moment. We will use it a little bit later. This is what is important. Here we will place the command in the next step, and this is what the file will be returning. We could simply return just the temperature, but that may be not the best way to do it. Normally, you would expect answer in format which is called JSON. So this is JSON object, and I created a nice object which is called OpenRex, and inside OpenRex there are sensors, and if you would like to read TMP 101 sensor, then you can find there also temperature and units. Yeah, so this is nice structure where you can see actually the parameters of the sensor. If you would like to see how the answer from this file will look, you can copy this URL, Ctrl C. First I will save the file. Where it is? It's here. Ctrl X, yes. Now open new tab and call the file directly. Yeah, this is the file tmp101.php. What do you think? What will be there? There will be this. This is the answer in JSON format. OpenRex sensors tmp101. It returns units, Celsius, and temperature. At this moment there is no temperature. At this moment there is ... accessing sensor ... Also, the part of the message is that the reading was valid, so it's true, and in case there is error, we can pass error message to the JavaScript. So everything what we have to do now is call this file from JavaScript. Scroll down, and we are going to create the JavaScript. First, create JS directory inside our plugin, and then create the file. I just copy this, Ctrl C, and execute it. Select this, Ctrl C, and paste it into the JavaScript file. What is inside the JavaScript? There is the function fa access tmp101 function, which is going to be called when you click on the button. Here we read the variables which we transferred through the shortcode, through the hidden inputs placed in the shortcode. So this is where the IP address of the board will be stored. Here we will have the units which we would like to use for the calculations and which we would like to show when you show the temperature. This is just a kind of pointer to the shortcode element which at this moment shows the reading ... and we will use this pointer a little bit later, so we can replace the content which is in the span element, which is here. I will show you where it is. This, yeah. So it's pointer to this span IDFA TMP 101. This content will be replaced. Okay. This is the URL of the special file. Here it is, tmp101.php file. This is the place where the file will be called from the JavaScript, and here are the places when the answer is received. So if the file doesn't exist, or if there is a problem with communication, it returns fail. And instead of the shortcode, you will see there the message connection failed. If everything is okay, then this will be running. So what's going to happen when the answer is okay? It will search for the data is the string what will be received. These are the data. And inside the data, it will be looking if the message is valid. So it will be looking for this. You can see it here, valid says true. If it says true, then it means the measurement was okay. And what we can do, we can replace the content of the span of the shortcode. We can replace it with new content. The new content will be the temperature of TMP 101 and units. Okay. The temperature at this moment it will be ... accessing sensor ... and the units will be Celsius. Okay, let's save the file. So I go back here, Control X, yes, enter, and we need to tell the WordPress to load this JavaScript file. So I copy this, Control C, and I will add this to the main plugin file. Where is the main plugin file? Here it is. Okay, I go on the end and I will place it here. Now, what's going to happen? What do you think? When I click on the page and when I refresh it, F5, or you can do this, we can press the button. To see actually what's happening, the best is to switch on debug console. Right click, and here I think it's called inspect the elements in English. Click here. We'll move this little bit up and click here on the console. So you can see the messages from the JavaScript and try to read the temperature. What's going to happen? What do you think? What we will see here? This will be replaced by text. Okay, what text? This text, accessing sensor Celsius. I'm going to do it now. Okay, click. Perfect. Here you can see we use in the JavaScript, inside the JavaScript, we used some debug messages. Here I show you. Console log. So first it says done. If everything is okay, it says done. And then also it shows the data, what it receives from the special PHP file. So you can see what we received. It's the object, OpenRegs, sensors, TMP101, temperature is ... accessing sensor ... unit Celsius. That's what is shown here. Scroll down and we are going to read the temperature. everything what we need to do, we have to change the special tmp101 PHP file. So I'm going to copy this, Ctrl C, open it, and replace its content for this. Ctrl C, delete everything, and put it here. It's very similar to what we already had there. This is the new part. And this is the most important line from the file. This is where we call the Linux command. Can you see it? It's here. So this is the command what access to the I2C bus, I2C get command. That's the bus where the sensor is connected, and through this command we read the registers of the sensor. The message what will be returned from this command is stored here. It will be basically the values from the temperature registers. We cannot use directly this value, we have to calculate the real temperature from them. Open datasheet, and based on the datasheet you will see what kind of calculations we need to do. So that's what we do here. Also, I based on the units, I also change it here. If needed, we can reply from this file in the Celsius or in Fahrenheit. And this is what we updated in the answer. So the answer will actually send the temperature, and it also sends the real proper units. Okay, perfect. I can save the file, Ctrl X, yes, enter. And there is one very important thing. For security reasons, it is not allowed to web server run any commands on the server. That would be too dangerous. So what we are going to do now, we need to enable the web server to run the I2C get command. First, what we need to know is the user under which the web server is running. We need to know the username. Use this command, Ctrl C, and run it. So the web server is running under daemon user. Remember it? And we are going to add the special permissions for the daemon user to access the I2C get command. You can see it here. So daemon with no password can access the I2C get command. We also have to enable the access to the I2C device. Run this command, vsudo, or I don't know how to say it, and insert these lines into the file. Ctrl C, go on the end of the file and add the lines. Ctrl X, yes, enter. Go back, and now we can run the website. Click here, refresh the page, and what do you think what's going to happen? If everything is okay, we will see the temperature. Click here. Ta-da-da-da! Perfect. Here you can see what we received. Yeah, here is the temperature and it is in Celsius. We are going to improve it. We are going to add support for Fahrenheit. I'm going to show you how you can do that. Scroll down, and everything what we need to do is we need to just update the shortcode. This is the new shortcode what we are going to use. Select it, Ctrl C, open the main plugin file, find the shortcode, delete the old one, and place there the new one. If you have a look, there are only a few new lines here, and this, we updated this. So with these lines, we added support for shortcode parameters. So now you not only can use this, but you also can use something like this. So the units is the new parameter, and if you specify the units as Fahrenheit, we will be getting the temperature in Fahrenheit. If you don't specify it, then it will be Celsius. This is the default value. Okay, and the value is then used here. So we transfer the units to the JavaScript through this hidden input element. Save the file. Control X, yes, enter. And we need to update our page with this new shortcode, this one. Control C, go to admin, pages, this is our page, and change it to, to this. So OpenRex temperature is FA TMP 101 and units are Fahrenheit. Update, go to our page, and what do you think what's going to happen? The result will be in Fahrenheit. Refresh, press the button. Perfect. Now this is really good, but we can improve it even more. We are going to give the option to read the temperature automatically in some intervals, because now it only reads the temperature when we press the button, but we would like to have it also, automatic. When I open the page, I would like to see what everything is changing without refreshing the page or without pressing the button. So, and it's not difficult to do it, so we can do it now. Scroll down, and we are going to improve the setting page of our plugin. We are going to add automatic refresh rate drop down list, where you can select the frequency, how often the temperature is going to be read. And this parameter will be then used by the JavaScript to read the sensor in the selected frequency and also refresh the value on the page. We are going to edit the main plugin PHP file, and we are going to replace this by this. Control C, open the file, find this, delete it, and place there the new code. The new code is similar. We still create the link in the admin menu, but we also create a group of parameters which will be used by our plugin, and we will create the parameter which will be called the refresh rate. It's also very useful to set default value for the refresh rate when the plugin is activated. So this is what we do here. Okay, when the plugin is activated, set the refresh rate to 1 minute. Also, what we need to update is the HTML code of the setting page. At this moment it's very simple, there is only this one line. We need to put there more things. So copy this, Control C, go to our file, find it, here it is, delete the HTML code and put there the new one. Again, it's very simple code. Here we just describe there is just some text which describes how to use the plugin. Here is the form where the drop-down list is placed, and here are the values in the drop-down list. Okay, save the file, Ctrl X, yes, enter. Go to plugins, install plugins, and deactivate the plugin and activate it again, like this. Now when you click here, you will see something. Watch. Wow. So this is the simple text which is here, yeah, and this is the drop down list. 10 seconds, 1 minute, 10 minutes, and the 1 minute is default. Okay, you can set, for example, 10 seconds, and you can save it then. Perfect. Almost done. Only what we need to add is a small piece of JavaScript which will read the temperature when the page is loaded, and which will read the temperature in the selected interval. Again, we are going to edit the main PHP plugin file, and we are going to add this script. So copy this, Ctrl C, open the file, and place it inside the shortcode somewhere here. Ctrl X, yes, enter. Have a look. Yeah. Read the temperature when the page is loaded, and also read the temperature in the selected interval. That's everything. What we need to do now is go to our page and refresh it. Watch down here. Every how many seconds? 10 seconds you should see the reading. And also you could see it read the temperature initially when the page is loaded. See? One reading, second reading, third reading. So every 10 seconds it reads the temperature. I can show you it works. Let's say I'm going to cool it a little bit down, so you can see the temperature is changing. Have a look, it's a little bit lower. Or you can actually press the button and it will read the temperature. See? Perfect! It's done. Don't forget, if you would like to try it by yourself, you can find the step-by-step instructions on our imxrex.com website. Or if you would like to just download the code, you can find it in our Fedevel GitHub. Just Google for Fedevel GitHub. And here it is. It's basically same what I just described in the video. I only removed the debug outputs. I hope you found this video useful. Maybe you learned something new. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.